So there are 5 ways I deal with trading losses, and yeah, let's talk about that today. Coming up next. And I'm a little bit hangover right now, so if I say something stupid, just remember that it's stupid. The first way I deal with trading losses is I look at big picture. Think long term. Look at big picture. You know, you don't look at the small things. You don't buy a microscope and let me look at this. You know, you don't just focus on this one loss right now. Because if you change your mindset a little bit, okay, if you run a business, normal business, you would have revenue and then expense, okay? So if today, let's say you have some business expense because you need to pay some stuff, you need to pay for your office rent and all that, are you gonna panic? Oh no, I'm gonna lose money today. No, right? Because I know that my business is gonna make me money in the long term, and I'm not worried about that. So if you think of it in terms of that way, you will not focus too much on this one loss that you're experiencing today. And this comes to my second point. You know what they say? Success is your biggest enemy. Losses are your best teachers ever. Okay, I made that quote up, but sadly, when you make money, a lot of times most traders, including me, will be like, okay, good, then you move on. You know what I'm saying? But then when you lose money, sometimes you'll be like, screw this shit. After that, you'll be like, actually, why did I lose money? Chances are, losses are going to teach you more than success. So we cannot see it as a loss. We should see it as a learning opportunity, even though it doesn't seem like it right now. Yes, you're angry at this point in time, but give it a few days, your head will be cleared, and then you'll be able to be calm and collected to learn from the trade that you just made. If you cannot find the lesson from that trade, you gotta ask your mentor, what can I learn from this trade? How can I improve on this trade? And that is how you improve. You know, the best lessons that I teach you on this channel, best lessons that I've learned, okay, are all learned from losing money. Seldom do I learn lessons from a winning trade. You know what I'm saying? If I did not lose, okay, if I did not lose money, I probably have nothing to teach you. Nothing to teach you. So this comes to the third lesson, which is you can understand that even the top hedge fund managers in the world, they lose money every week, if not every day. Because let's take for example Paul Tudor Jones, the top hedge fund manager in the world. His win rate is only 40 to 55%. Maybe 40 to 50%, I don't have the exact number, but it's not super high because he has super good risk to reward ratio, like 1:4 or 1:3 minimum. This means that if his win rate is around 40%, he loses 6 out of 10 trades. Can you imagine that? Means that he's gonna lose very, very often. And yet, he's the top hedge fund manager in the world. So my point here is, don't beat yourself up because you lose money. If you're a beginner trader, you will need to take time to get used to it. But if you're a pro trader, when you lose money, you start to get used to it. A lot of times I meet all these experts who, some of them are my friends, okay? I don't know everyone. But some of them who, you know, they go on stages in conferences and then they'll speak as a speaker. All of them lose money once in a while. I lose money every single week. I always tell people that. But I would always make sure that my wins eventually cover up my losses. This means that every single week when I trade, I expect to lose. It's not about whether am I going to lose, but when am I going to lose? When is my business expense going to come? And how do you achieve this Zen state? Follow point number 4, which is have a good risk to reward ratio. Okay? If every single time you make money, you make, let's say for example, 100 pips. And when you lose money, you lose 50 pips. Never more than that. So your risk to reward ratio is 1:2. And better yet, your risk to reward can be 1:3, 1:4. But you will have to compromise on your win rate, because the better your risk to reward ratio is, the lower your win rate. This is how trading is. I've seen traders with 90% win rate and still lose money because every single time when they make money, they make 1 pip, 5 pip, 10 pip. They get 9 straight wins. Then the moment comes, you make a losing trade. you lose 100 pips. Your one trade wiped out your previous 9 trades that you worked so hard on. This is something really common among beginner traders. They aim for high win rate, and they can achieve that because every single time they see a little bit of profit, they take profit. When they have a loss, they hold it. Some people don't put their stop loss. Some put their stop loss like super wide. So what happens is they get a high win rate, but their risk to reward sucks shit. This kind of trading gives you a false sense of confidence because you would get like this consecutive wins. Like, I'm invincible. And then the loss comes, wipe out all your hard work that you've put in the past few months, and that is super discouraging. Trust me, I've tried it. It's not fun. I'd rather have a lower win rate, 40 to 60%. Okay, that is my win rate. But have a super good risk to reward ratio. I keep my stop loss super tight. Then my take profit, I set it to the moon. Okay, not to the moon, but I set it wider than my stop loss. In that way, every single time when you have consecutive losses, okay, 3 to 4 consecutive losses, you'll be like, it's okay, my next win is gonna cover all my previous losses. Isn't this better? I don't know about you, isn't this better? You have something optimistic to look forward to. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And if all else fails, you feel burnt out, then follow tip number 5. Take a few days break. Take a few days break. If you need a few weeks break, go and take it. It's like a social media detox, but this is trading detox. Don't look at the charts. Uninstall the platform if you want to. A lot of people don't really talk about this, but mental health is very important, not just as a trader, but as a human being. Like during this pandemic, a lot of people are struggling with mental health. You gotta do things that makes you happy. I know all these motivational speakers, okay, I'm a motivational speaker before. They tell you like, you gotta hustle 24/7. Sleep is for losers. No, my dear, if you don't sleep, you're gonna lose a lot more money. Wake up at 5 a.m. Then be at the gym at 5:30. Okay, I understand that, but some people just work better at night. You gotta understand that in this world, there are certain people who are night owls, just like me. It's not about what time you wake up, but it's about what you do when you're awake, okay? If you wake up 5 a.m., then paint your nails, go back to sleep. Get your 7-8 hours of sleep. Don't beat yourself up if you have a losing streak or you make some stupid mistakes, because everybody does. Because sometimes traders, we tend to be quite entrepreneurial. We are independent, like we don't like to deal with bosses and all that. We want to be our own boss, so sometimes we tend to be very hard on ourselves. You know, sometimes it's okay to chill once in a while, okay, and have a beer, but don't drink too much later. You have a hangover, just like me. Hope you have a good day ahead, and with that, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.